I'm Michelle. I'm the OTA student that's going to be working with you today. Do you go by Carissa?
I do.
Okay, Carissa, so what we're actually going to do today, if it's okay with you, is we're actually going to make a video for your family and caregivers to help you with bed mobility and transfers at home, to make sure that your family and caregivers are using safe body mechanics and that they are transferring you safely. So the two things that we're going to do in our video today is a supine to sit, and that's just going to be from you laying on the bed to sitting up to the edge of the bed. And the second is going to be a stand pivot transfer. So after you're seated at the edge of the bed, I'll assist you to stand up, and then we'll have you transfer to the chair. And this can be used at home for when you transfer to the chair, a wheelchair, or a bedside commode, so that they are transferring you safely and using good body mechanics as well. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do today, like I said, is the supine to sit. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to bend your legs and knees up one at a time with your foot flat on the bed. Perfect. Okay? Right, so the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to make sure we have good body mechanics and hand placements here. So we're not going to roll yet, but I'm going to have one hand on the back of your knee, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take this hand right here. I'm going to have you reach over and grab the edge of the bed right here, and then I'm going to place my other hand behind your shoulder. And then on the count of 3, I'm going to help roll you to your side, okay? So on the count of 3, I'm going to rock you and help roll you to your side. Okay, all right, 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. Right. So the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to move your legs here to the side. So I'm going to just take your legs right here, move those to the side. Perfect. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to have you sit up. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my one hand here, I'm going to put it behind your shoulder right here. I'm going to take my other hand and place it on your side right here, okay? And then on the count of 3, again, but not yet, I'll help you sit up. You can also use your arm to push up as we're sitting you up. Okay, does that sound okay?
Yep.
Okay, so on the count of 3, we're going to sit you up, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. And then you can take each hand and place it onto the side of you, and that'll help stabilize you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to make sure that she is sitting closer to the edge of the bed to where her feet are flat. So what we can do is then we can kind of shift her, move her forward. Yep, there we go. Maybe just a little bit more. We want to make sure that these feet are flat. We're going to make sure you have a wide base of support. So we're going to move your feet apart a little bit. Also, what we can do to help us out is you can point your feet this way a little bit. That way, when we transfer you to the chair, it's pointed in the direction that we want to go. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to use a gait belt for safety. And this will help when we're transferring you. So first, I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to come around you here. So make sure it's not twisted. Perfect. So we'll take this part right here, and you'll feed it through the teeth right here. Make sure it's not twisted, which I actually think it might be twisted. So you always want to make sure that belt's not twisted. Okay, so now that is not twisted. You'll feed it through the teeth. You want to pull it. That is nice and snug. Perfect. Once we have it nice and snug, take this part and feed it through this part. There we go. And again, just make sure it's nice and snug. We have 2 fingers in there. When you take this excess, and we can tuck it into the side here. There we go. All right. Now our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to want to stand up. So for your caregivers and family at home, they want to make sure that they have their foot on each side of your foot. They also want to make sure that they're close to your body to where their knees are touching your knees, so that when you stand up, if you lose your balance or you need your stability, we can use my knees to kind of help stabilize you and guide you. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to want to do is not yet, but when we stand up, I'm gonna have a hold of the back side of your gait belt, and then I'm gonna help you stand up, and then you can also use the bed to push up on as you're standing up. Okay. And the other thing too is when I'm lifting you, or when your caregivers are filming, I want to make sure that they're bending their knees, have those safe body mechanics so they're not injuring themselves while helping you stand up.
And what should I do with my arms when I'm up?
So that was a great question. The next point, once you're standing up, you can grab a hold of my arms or my shoulders to help stabilize yourself. Okay. All right, I think we are ready. So I got my knees up against yours, put my hands on the back of your gait belt. And again, we're gonna use momentum, and I'm gonna do like a rocking motion. And on the count of 3, we're gonna stand up, okay? So 1, 2, and then put your arms on my arms or shoulder, perfect. Next thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna move to the chair. So we're gonna just shuffle to the side. All right, perfect, I'm gonna keep my body close to yours, my knees. Okay, perfect, until we're gonna go back now until you feel the chair on the back of your legs. Do you feel the chair on the back of your legs? Okay, perfect. So next thing I'm gonna have you do is one arm at a time. I'm gonna have you reach back for the arms of the chair. And once you have both hands on the chair, you can slowly sit yourself down. I'm gonna bend as you sit. Okay. All right. And then once you're in the chair, I'm gonna make sure that you're comfortable and make sure that you're seated all the way back. Do you feel like you're in a good position?
I do.
Okay. If you felt that you weren't all the way back, or your caregiver or family noticed, they can help adjust you, help move you back, but it does look like you're positioned nicely against the chair. So you're in nice upright posture. You always want to make sure that when you're being transferred that you're comfortable in the chair. Does that feel okay?
It feels comfortable.
Okay. So this video will help your family and caregivers again do the supine to sit, which is from laying come to a sitting position to the edge of the bed, and the stand pivot transfer will help your family and caregivers be able to transfer you from to the bed, to the chair or wheelchair or bedside commode.
Great.
And again, we want to make sure that when your family and caregivers are transferring you or performing the bed mobility, that they are following those safe body mechanics, that they're bending their body, that they're keeping their body close to your body, with the knees up against your knees, to help provide that stability in case you lose your balance. Also want to make sure that with the bending the knees and the proper body mechanics that your caregivers aren't at risk for injuring themselves as well when they're transferring you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then if your family or caregivers or you have any questions, they can contact the clinic. I will write that phone number down. You can also email me, which I will also write my email down for you as well. My email is mashiflett273@stkate.edu. And again, you can call the clinic or email me if you or your caregivers or family members have any questions.
Okay.
Okay. So I look forward to working with you again. It was a pleasure working with you today.
Thank you. You were great.
Thank you.